is going on, airsofters and real steel enthusiasts alike? Today I am out here with Daniel, aka the Russian Sniper, and today we're going to be doing something pretty unique. We're going to be doing a video called AK-47 versus AR-15. But basically what we figured we could do is, since there's not a lot of people that know a whole lot about the differences between the two, maybe we give a little rundown on the aesthetic features, like how the safety operates, some of the differences, similarities and differences between the two, and then we're going to have a little accuracy shoot-off between the two of them to see which one of us is more accurate with each rifle.
Each other's firearms and so forth. So, I guess we'll start with the AK-47. Just a little bit of background history. The AK-47 was completed in development in 1947 by the Russians. It had originally been used as a tank gun with a shorter barrel. It was designed kind of after the STG-44 when the Russians captured it. And so what we have here is a similar firing mechanism. We have a bolt. The barrel is actually on the bottom right here with the gas tube, and that's how you chamber it. You got your safety right here. It flips up and down, so you got safe, fire.
So like on your basic full auto versions, you'd have safe, as you can see kind of right there. You'd have a semi-automatic at the very bottom, and then you'd have a fully automatic right in the two. But since it's the civilian version, we only have safe and fire version.
Exactly.
So safe and semi-automatic only.
And this specific AK-47 is a Serbian Zastava NPAP. It's an M70 AB1, I believe. Also, one of the things that's common on Zastavas is the stock. Usually, the stock is a little bit lower set on a lot of AK-47s, but this one is higher because it helps you get a better cheek weld when you're looking through optics. The optic I have up on here is a Bushnell TRS-25. It's a 1 times, no magnification, red dot sight. It's 11 different lighting settings, and it's on a UTG Pro side mounted barrel. So the first round we're going to do is we're going to do a 3-shot standing. I'm going to do a 3-shot. He's going to do a 3-shot on the AK, and that's going to be on the silhouette target down at 100 yards. Then we're going to do one from the bench, and I'll do 3 shots on the bench. He'll do 3 shots on the bench.
All right.
So let's chamber rounds and get started here.
The Zastava doesn't really like those Magpul mags very much.
Yeah, I mean, it's all right. It just has a hard time catching. This is the Magpul V1 magazine, and they have a V3 now with a metal lip. I think the metal lip would catch it better.
Right.
Let's get started.
Now, the one thing we note about the AK-47, unlike, well, AK variants of rifle, is they do not have a last shot hold open, unlike the AR style. Like you shoot that last shot, the bolt will lock to the rear. But on AK, you don't really have that option. However, this AK has a nice little feature on it. It has that cutout in the safety selector.
Yep, so all you got to do is pull it up and lock it in place on that safety, and then you have your bolt hold open. And also, another cool feature is that when it is on safe, so say right here, one, doesn't fire. If you have a magazine in the gun itself, there's rounds in there, won't chamber them, but if there is, per se, a round in the chamber, when you do this, it's just going to pull it out. It's going to extract it.
Put it on fire, and chamber around.
Okay. So now we have a round chambered.
There's a round in the chamber. Put it
now,
safe. It won't fire, even if you pull the trigger.
Yep.
But then you can take that round out.
And no more rounds chamber.
And now there's no round in the chamber anymore. It's actually a very nice little feature. Not all AKs have that feature on. I think
this is a newer version AK, so.
Very nice, very nice. Awesome little gun. Let's see how I can shoot it.
And now it's Matt's with the AK. So
now I'm an AR guy. Daniel's an AK guy, I'm an AR guy, so he theoretically should be better than me. However, his group down there is about the size of a head, I'd say.
It's a little bit bigger than a head.
That being said, I guess I'll give it a shot. Give a whack at it. AK guy versus AR guy. See, I don't even know where the charting handle is. Alright. It's a smooth gun. I was actually surprised. AKs are actually a lot more smoother than you'd make them out to be. So now we're going to go to prone position, actually not just bench rest, and we're going to see how accurate we can be at 100 yards. So Daniel, why don't you take it away?
Look it up.
Daniel had 2 really nice shots in the chest, and I don't know if I could do that.
I'm sure you can.
Let's see what we can do.
Okay, let's see how we did.
All right. So, for standing, you had 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. That was standing. So you actually had not a half bad group. That wasn't too bad.
It's just a
for 100 yards standing with an AK. That's not too bad. And I had 1 here. I didn't do hot at all. I had 1 here, and then 1 there, and then
I think the other one was
maybe right there actually. Yeah. So not
you
too
had
bad.
A slightly larger boomerang.
Slightly larger boomerang. And then Daniel had 1 shot there. Well, this is pro bench rest. He had 1 here. He said you had that one?
Yeah.
Okay, you had that one, and then we don't know where the 3rd shot went. And then you said I had one right above him. So I had 1 shot there, and then 1 shot in his lower abdomen. So not too bad, not too bad. Let's go ahead and move on to the AR-15 and see what we can do. Okay, so for here we have 3 separate little smaller targets set up because the AR-15 is more of an accurate rifle, so we have kind of smaller targets. We're maybe overestimating what our abilities are.
This is going to be a challenge right here, but we're going to try to put shots on this one.
Right, so for standing, we're going to be doing 3 shots each on the top target, and for each of these 2 lower ones, we're going to be doing 3 shots from the bench rest position. So let's go ahead and get started. A little bit about it. The AR-15 was originally designed by Eugene Stoners around the early 60s, and it saw first use in the Vietnam War, where its official designation was the M16A1. Quickly in Vietnam, it developed a track record for not being very reliable in the harsh jungle environments of Vietnam because I think they actually originally told them that they didn't actually have to clean these guns because they overestimated like what its capabilities were. So none of the soldiers in the field were cleaning. They were taking care of them very well. So they quickly built the reputation that they weren't very reliable. And to this day, they do not hold up as well in comparison to AK-47s in terms of reliability when it comes to dealing with dirt and mud and debris of that kind of sort. However, people do not give it as much credit that it deserves. This gun is actually extremely resistant, especially with more modern technology and engineering that we have to this day. And one major thing that does have over in AK-47 is the accuracy. Now, is that saying that the AR-15 is so much more night and day more accurate than the AK-47? No, it's just that you can, with a good quality AR and a good quality AK, you will get better accuracy out of the AR. The AR-15 then quickly became America's sweetheart and probably the most bought, used, and purchased gun in the United States. And since then it has been redesigned and redeveloped by numerous different manufacturers, and all these plethora of parts and upgrades have emerged that you can just upgrade it to. So as you can see here, this is probably not something you're used to seeing in video games or online. I've installed some of my own personal attachments on here, such as the rail system. I've got a grip on the front, I've got an optic on top, as well as like an improved buttstock. So these are features that you can install and upgrade to your own AR-15, which is why people love it so much. It's actually technically considered the Lego gun by many shooters because of all the upgrades and attachments that you can install onto it. So first of all, you've got your charging handle. Unlike the AK-47 where you have that big old charging handle on the right side, this is kind of smaller and harder to get to, so I will definitely actually prefer a charging handle like the AK-47 over the AR-15. This is kind of hard to get to, but it's actually very nice because it is out of the way, so different preferences, but in my opinion it is harder to get to because you have to get your fingers in there and pull back, and it's not quite as easy, but for different shooters, different people like different stuff. Next up, this is a definite advantage in my opinion over the AK-47, is the fire selector. Semi-automatic, and right there you'll have semi-automatic, but again, because this is a civilian version, it does not have the capability to go to full auto. So for example, the last shot fired, that bolt will lock open like that, so then you can then insert a new magazine as such, put it in the gun, and then press a button on the side of the gun, and the bolt will follow home. Unlike the AK-47, you would then have to charge the charging handle again to chamber the round. With the AR-15, last shot fired, put a new mag in, send the bolt home, and now you got a round chambered. So in terms of technology and engineering behind it, the AR-15 is definitely more advanced. So it is definitely a newer gun with newer technology, and therefore as such it'll have better features to it overall.
Okay, so upon further inspection, it looks like that Matt was able to get 2 shots on target at the small target way out there. It's on the top. You can see that.
So at 100 yards stand, I think I had about a 5-inch group.
Yeah, it was about a 5-inch group.
So I'll take it.
Okay.
I missed the third one though, so I did miss a shot, but I got 2 on.
2's better than nothing.
Hey, I'll take it.
Okay, so we'll go next.
Oh, babe, you got it.
Okay, fire when ready.
All right, here we go. So yeah, I think I had about a 4-inch group with that one flyer. I was doing so well, and then all of a sudden it was just like, nope. But let's see if Daniel could step up to the plate and do any better. Alrighty then.
In case you were wondering, this is what freedom looks like. And you're about to hear its ring.
Look at that big hunkin' bullet. That's the other thing too I want to bring up about the AR-15 versus the AK-47. The AK-47, though the bullet is slower, is so much more massive, and this stuff destroys cover and material not even comparable to the 5.56.
Let's just get a 5.56 and compare it real quick.
Now, the pros and cons to each one of these are, this one has a lot more stopping power because it's so much larger. This one, but the 5.56 is moving a little bit faster because it has more powder, as you can see, because the casing is a little longer, so it has a little more powder in it in proportion to bullet size. So this round moves about 3,000 feet per second. I'm not too sure how fast the AK round moves. I'll put a little picture on the sorry, I'll put a little text on the screen to tell you how fast this is moving. But the 5.56 is definitely moving a lot faster.
This is 123 grain.
Right, this is a 55 grain.
So that is in relation to how heavy the bullet is.
Right, so the 7.62 is a lot bigger of a round than the 5.56. Now, there's pros and cons to each one of these. Like I said before, this is a lot more stopping power when it comes to hitting another person.
But this will have higher penetration and a flatter trajectory.
Right, but in terms of like destroying material, this will go through like wood and concrete a lot better than this will. But this actually defeats body armor a little better because it's moving a lot faster.
Exactly.
So, pros and cons to each one of them. You know, really whatever you prefer. That's why there's so many different varieties of bullets and guns, because everyone has a need for different things. Alright, let's see how we do with the AR-15. So, standing, I had 1 shot there and 1 shot there. 1 shot hit there. Probably another one hit there. I think actually 2 hit there. Like I don't know which ones are ours and which ones are some other people, but they weren't too far off. But in terms of getting in that little, that's about a 7-inch by 7-inch target. We got 3 shots in. Not bad at all. So let's go ahead and look at Dan's group. That's actually a really good group. That's about...
Right here we have this area right,
see right
here.
There.
So 1 kind of close to the bullseye,
right.
1 there, and 1 flyer right there.
And then I had my group. I was doing so well. I had those 2 right next to each other, and then I had 1 flyer. So in terms of group size, in terms of like longest bullet to longest bullet, I'd say it's about a tie.
Yeah, it's about even because you got that 1 long spread, and they're kind of even on mine.
Exactly.
So
not bad, not bad. All right, upon third inspection.
Yeah, it looks like we actually tied on that one.
Yeah.
We were, the groupings were in different places, but as far as the distance goes between the groupings, we were probably about the same.
All right. There's only one way to finish this.
Shoot off?
With a speed loaded contest.
Okay, so what we're doing now is we're going to finish off our competition with a speed loading and loading of the gun.
Yep.
So what we're going to do is we're going to put a round in the magazine, chamber the round, and then fire it as fast as we can.
As safely as we can.
Yeah, as fast as we
Safety is our #1 priority.
Safety is my middle name.
All right, let's do this. You ready? Tell me when to go.
Okay, my middle name is actually Kevin. Go. Good shot.
All right, now it is Daniel's turn. Fast hands, Daniel. Are you ready?
Ready.
Go. Ow, hit me in the face. Very nice, cool. I think you actually did a little faster than me.
Oh, we'll see.
We'll see.
Here we go with the AK. Are you ready, Matt?
I'm about ready. One little thing I wanted to note before we begin, though, just give a little commentary on it. Loading the bullet into these mags is actually going to be a lot easier than the 5.56 mag because it's a lot wider of an opening. It's just going to be easier to load that round in. However, when it comes to getting the mag into the gun and getting a round into the chamber, it's going to be, in my opinion, a little bit slower because rocking that mag in like that isn't quite as easy as a 5.56 mag because with the 5.56 you just slap it in there, send it home, and you're good to go. With this, you kind of have to rock it in. The one thing that the AK does have an advantage over is this is a lot easier to manipulate than a T-handle bolt. It's just easier to get to because it's like right there, and it's a lot larger and more pronounced. That being said, since it's on the right-hand side of the gun, I either have to take my firing hand off the pistol grip to actuate it, or come over the top or underneath it to actuate it. So even though it's in a more convenient spot, it might be a little more inconvenient to do it with like a different offhand mount. So that's where the training and the practice comes into when you use like different varieties of weapons, so you can get proficient with the specific style of how the weapon operates.
Exactly.
So that being said, which one will be faster? I have no idea. I personally think the AR-15 will be a little faster.
Only one way to find out.
Not ready to find it?
Okay, ready? Go.
There we go. As you can see, I had a little bit of a problem getting that mag line up the notch right off the bat there. But then when I found that charging handle, sent it home, it was all history after that. So
exactly.
Not as hard as I actually thought it would be. After a little practice, I think I can get a lot faster with this. Let's see how Dan can do.
Okay.
Alright, now it's Dan. Now one thing I kind of noticed that I did, I'll probably flash back here, is when I chambered around with the charging handle, I actually used the same hand that was on my pistol grip of the gun. That's how this gun, believe it or not, designed to be used, was with the dominant hand to charge it. Bolt action. But since then, American shooters have kind of decided and kind of adopted the philosophy of we don't really like our hand off the pistol grip to charge the gun, so we tend to use our offhand. I think when you'll see Daniel charge the gun, he'll actually use his offhand to go under the gun or over the gun. I'm not really too sure what
I usually come under.
Yeah, so he'll do that. Again, back to me, I kind of use my dominant hand, which is a little more comfortable for me, but not as fast. So, all right, let's see what you can do, Dan.
Yep.
Are you ready?
I am ready.
Ready, set, go. Very nice, very nice. But as you can see, like that little mag insertion, not quite as fast, but he had a really quick draw on that that charging handle right there because he has that nice little method to it.
Yeah.
Definitely faster than me on the AK. I can't wait to see what the times are because that was actually really cool.
I do like the platform more than the AR. I've shot it a lot more than the AR. Both are good guns, but I guess it just comes down to your personal opinion whether you like an AK versus an AR.
Exactly, and Daniel nailed it right on the head. The reason why there are so many different types of guns and so many different types of bullets is because all human beings are different. All human beings like different things and they prefer different methods and stuff. For me personally, I kind of like the ergonomic and the accuracy of the AR-15 a little more than the AK. Daniel, he's not really making those long-range shots like I like to make, like out to 200 yards and stuff, so he kind of prefers something, I mean, not to say you can't make a 200 shot with an AK-47, but
I would
like,
prefer something up close because I feel like in anything besides military warfare, where there's a lot of range in between shots, in any type of homeland defense, whatever the scenario may be, I feel like if I don't have to make an engagement that's up close or within 50 to 100 yards, there shouldn't be an engagement at all.
Right.
I should be able to not be seen or not make myself present and work another way around the situation.
Right. So it all kind of boils down to philosophy of use. Daniel really likes he believes in the concept and strongly believes in the concept of short range, minimal engagement distances. Me, on the other hand, I prefer to kind of stay out of range of that sort of thing, and if I have to get into a firefight, I'd rather be doing it at a longer distance. But again, that's kind of where our philosophy of like uses for different weapons kind of collide, and we all have different opinions. So ultimately, for me, I would prefer the AR-15 for my type of engagement distances, 100 plus. Daniel prefers 100 minus. So again, it varies. Everyone has an opinion on it. Everyone has like an idea behind it. Which one's right, which one's wrong. It really is like politics. Everyone has a different opinion on it. Alright guys, well I think that'll about wrap it up for this video. Hope you all enjoyed. If you guys have any ideas for any more other competitions we could do in the future between different guns or different like competition styles, let us know and we'll try to do them out here for you guys. So,
Absolutely.
Yep, thanks for watching the video guys. We'll talk to you guys later.
Have a great day.
See ya.